This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
If you want all of your data in one place, you need the Intuit ERP. I'm Damon John, and I run my growing business on Intuit Enterprise Suite. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but most airlines overbook flights on purpose.
Yeah.
They feel like no matter what, somebody's going to miss their connection. There's going to be that open seat. They don't want to miss out on that money. But in this particular case, and this is getting more and more attention, a viral video showing a gate agent offering $1,250 in airline trip credits and a $1,000 prepaid Visa card to give up their seat for a person who was booked on an overbooked flight.
That's wild.
That's a lot.
Plus, they get a seat on another flight, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, they'll give you a new seat. Sometimes they even upgrade you to first class on the next
flight.
flight.
I take it for sure.
Yeah, if there was any way I could rearrange my schedule, absolutely. Yeah. You're talking about a couple grand there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big offer, and this video is going viral, and people are speculating, what would you do in that situation? This has happened to me. I remember on a family vacation as a kid, hearing one of the gate agents saying, hey, we need some seats, a family of 4. If you're willing to give it up, we'll put you up in a hotel, we'll give you a restaurant voucher, and we'll put you in first class the next day. And I remember begging my dad, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? But he had to go to work the next day. He had the job, so we never did.
Yeah, I don't know that it's most flights that are overbooking. I mean, is that...
I think they overbook all flights almost.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this article says.
That's a little bit unsettling.
It is.
Because, I'm banking on my seat.
Right.
If I order a seat, I need to go somewhere.
And they'll just kick some people off and say, hey, it's overbooked. Well, we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're compensated, and I think there are new laws that would require you to at least be compensated if that does happen to you in the future.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Kids are obsessed with these squishy toys, Neatos, to be specific.
What is a Neato? Is this the stick of butter that everyone seems to like? That's a stuffed animal?
That is the new hot thing, but it's because you can't get these Neatos. They're sold out in every store that you go to.
What is it, though?
It's a tactile toy, and you squish and hold it. It's either filled with some kind of liquid, and you squeeze it, and then it kind of like balloons and bubbles out, or there's a harder one that kind of holds its form. And again, it's like a tactile toy that kids like to squeeze, and they're cute colors and stuff like that.
Doesn't that thing open up if you squeeze it too hard?
Well, I had one here, and yes, indeed, I managed to break it, and all this sticky stuff started getting all over my hands.
Yeah, it's almost like a glue, right?
It's a sugar-based substance that's inside the harder one, and then the other one's filled with some kind of alcohol. Again, both are generally safe if it were to get on your skins. The warning here that we're talking about is about kids leaving it in the hot cars in the summertime. They're exploding, and kids are getting burns on their skin from the substance that's inside of these materials.
That is horrifying.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like people buying toys for my kids. Just leave them alone. Let them play with their Barbies. I don't like them, but fine. At least they're not going to explode.
According to this report, multiple children and teenagers have required emergency room treatment after hot squishy toys burst. In one instance, a 13-year-old's skin had to be drenched in saline to safely remove the toy's materials.
That's terrible. Yeah, get rid of that thing, Kenny. I don't even want it in here.
Well, I broke it. It's gone.
Oh, you didn't have a replacement? What's that toy then?
Well, this is a squishy pig, and it's filled with some kind of sandy-type material.
Why do you still need toys? Aren't you almost 40?
I don't know. People sometimes need something to do with their hands.
Well, you put them in your pocket. Do you have pockets on those pants?
Yeah, there are pockets, but that's not what I'm after.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Not perhaps the best criminal mind here. We're learning about a 29-year-old man from Maryland who broke into a Verizon wireless store. He smashed the window. He wound up cutting himself and he stole a whole bunch of merchandise. But while he was in the store robbing it, he left his truck on and running in the parking lot across the street. An opportunistic thief stole his truck. So
Crime on top of crime.
Right.
That's got to be frustrating. Not that I endorse ever stealing anything, but if you are making that decision and then you come out to your getaway vehicle and someone else stole it,
yes.
I mean, you kind of have to laugh at that point, right? That's like hilarious.
I guess you put your hand on your side and go, look at that. They
like
got
Russian
me.
nesting dolls of crime.
So
Right.
the man who broke into the Verizon wireless store thought it'd be a good idea to call 911 about
Yes.
his
Truck got
truck
stolen.
robbery.
Well, who do you call when something bad happens? The cops.
Around the same time, police also received a call reporting the Verizon store break-in, and when they approached this man at the scene of the crime, they noticed that he had a cut on his hand, and they also noticed that there was blood near where he smashed the window. Essentially, he called the cops on himself, and
Wow.
he was arrested for
That's
that
terrible.
robbery.
Well, glad maybe he can rethink. It's a sign. If your getaway vehicle is stolen, it's time to quit the biz.
I hope that's what he comes away with this as. Now, he has been charged. As far as this report is concerned, the truck has yet to be found.
All right. Kenny, what else do you have?
TJ, when you were growing up, if you had an itch, what did your mother tell you to do about it?
I don't think we ever talked about itches. It's one of the things that they didn't parent me on.
Never came up.
No, I mean, I think I would just do it and no one would notice it.
Well, historically, at least for many people, their mothers often said, don't scratch an itch. It only makes it worse. And the Associated Press is reporting on research that pretty much confirms that. They say while scratching an itch provides temporary relief, it actually triggers immune responses that increase swelling and inflammation, which will make the spot itchier for a longer period of time. So you shouldn't scratch an itch.
You know what I really don't appreciate? Your story now is making me itchy.
Don't scratch.
Well, no, because now, but I feel like it was set on by what you're bringing up.
Could be.
I'm itchy in multiple places now, and you're telling me I can't scratch it?
No, there are alternatives that would be better for
What?
you.
Quick.
Anti-itch balms like hydrocortisone
No, I'm
cream,
not buying a balm.
calamine lotion.
No.
See, they're always trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
They say menthol creams, they act as a cheat code by temporarily fooling your skin into thinking it's cold rather than itchy.
I just itched myself, by the way, so there, take that.
Well, I hope you'll be okay. And
Yeah.
I think you will be okay. The other thing is like an antihistamine spray, like a Benadryl spray, is better than scratching an itch.
My wife needs to hear this. She'll ask me if I could scratch her back, and I'm like, what am I, a cat? Like, no. Okay. Use a tree or something. The bears do it. Go ahead.
Well, I think a nice, scratching of the back between spouses is okay. This is more referring to like when you have a bug bite or if you have a rash.
All right, then
those situations
now I'm starting
make
to
it
get
worse.
nauseous. Kenny, what else you got?
In San Mateo, California, a Waymo taxi called the cops on its passengers. This is pretty interesting. Two 15-year-old teens were detained by police. They were reportedly drinking in the robo-taxi, and they were firing these gel blaster toy guns out the window.
So what? It realizes something's going wrong, and then they are able to like automatically call the police, the robot?
It appears that there was a human monitoring the internal camera. Usually that camera is meant for when a passenger leaves an item behind. They don't claim to be like spying or constantly monitoring these cameras, but in this particular case, they knew something was up. So they called the police and they ordered the robo-taxi to safely pull over to the side of the road. And then someone came over on the intercom and told the teens to just remain seated. There's a technical issue. We'll be right back with you. The cops showed up and detained the kids for the underage drinking and for the firing of these gel blasters out of the car.
I don't believe that those cameras aren't being monitored at all times.
Right.
Because what is the purpose of a camera if it's not being monitored? Because if somebody monitoring the camera just sensed something was off, how would you sense that unless you were looking at it?
Well, and also,
I mean, mind you, yes, I'm not trying to take away from the story, but I'm just saying, like, I do think it's monitored at all times.
But then there's a lot of questions. do they keep the doors locked? Are they able to get out if they want to?
Right.
You know, how far does it go? And then, right now you could look at that story on the surface and go, yeah, well, they shouldn't have been drinking. They shouldn't have been shooting anything out the window. They should actually pay a price for that. Mm-hmm. But at what point does RoboTaxi decide, well, now this is wrong and that is wrong, and we're going to keep you there for whatever reason?
Yeah, and at that point, you're holding someone hostage because you lock the doors and they can't get out.
Yeah, and I don't know that they're doing that.
Yeah,
but I
we don't
wonder
know.
if they are.
I don't think they were. According to this, they say the operator directed the vehicle to safely pull over into a shopping center parking lot, and to keep the kids inside, they just told them that they were experiencing technical difficulties and the vehicle had been disabled. As far as Waymo's safety guidelines, the interior cameras are generally used for customer support or checking for left behind items, but support teams may access live videos during a trip under more urgent circumstances to ensure public safety. That's their policy.
There you go. I know people who love those robo-taxis. They take them everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Kenny, what else you got?
We've talked about this before. There are currently more than 100 million pieces of debris larger than 1 millimeter orbiting Earth, totaling roughly 6,000 tons of orbital garbage or space junk.
Isn't that amazing? You would think if you littered out the window of your spacecraft, it would just go into outer space and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
No,
But
it circles.
It's just so irritating that it stays there. It's like, you throw stuff out your car window,
No, I
right?
don't.
No,
But if
can
he
you
did,
just not?
all right, if he did, imagine you try to throw a soda out the window and then it like comes back in and then it's all over the inside of your car and now you got to clean it up.
Yeah, well, it has to be cleaned up, and because it could be dangerous. They say something even as small as a flake of paint traveling 17,000 miles per hour could inflict catastrophic damage if it ran into, let's say, the International Space Station.
Can you imagine?
Or one of these communication satellites.
Who is agreeing to go to outer space? It's like a war zone up there. Would you ever... a chip of paint can take down your aircraft? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it could. So the FCC actually, because most of it is communication satellites related, so the FCC actually has a new regulation set to start next year that requires private operators to clean up after themselves. In situations where a satellite is taken out of service or whatever it may be. There's a company that's actually launching into space next week to test out its space junk collection technology, and they say that this idea of space garbagemen going up to clean up all of this debris could be worth an $8 billion a year business by 2030.
Oh, I believe it. I would just give up at this point on outer space. Like, that's too much of a mess. You talking about chips of paint being a problem. How are you going to clean that up? Although I have a great garbage guy who comes to my house. I love him. We wave to each other when we see each other. I'm waiting for the day where he shows up in a spacesuit and says, "It's been nice to serve you,
That's
sir,
right.
but
Let him know they're hiring.
it's time for me
Moving on to bigger
go
and better
on
things.
up."
Start his own business.
Yep. What else you got, Kenny?
Just a happy birthday to Brian Murray. He is the Guinness World Record holder as the world's oldest water skier. He just celebrated his 95th birthday.
Nice.
Happy
Love
birthday.
that.
Yeah, he has some great advice. He's an inspiration to many, and he said, you don't stop because you're too old. You get old because you stop being active.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, we got to keep moving. Thinking, doing things. Kenny, what else do you have?
A semi-truck carrying Frank's Red Hot sauce in northern Delaware County, Ohio, apparently had a leak and reportedly leaked 40,000 pounds of hot sauce along Interstate 71.
Wow, what a waste.
Well, I mean, isn't their slogan, put that on everything?
Yeah, they put it on the road.
Everywhere.
That sounds like a marketing genius opportunity waiting to happen.
We
I
put
don't
that
know.
on everything.
Yeah, like the road.
Yeah, that's right.
Tires.
We said everything.
Yeah.
No, but this has actually caused some headaches. So I guess drivers on the road reported to police like a mystery liquid that they were driving through on the highway. And police literally followed a trail of hot sauce leading to a truck stop where the truck was. I guess the driver decided to take a little bit of a break. But here's the thing. This is a highly acidic hot sauce. So as cars were driving over it, they were splashing other cars with it. And the paint starts to come off of your car, especially in 100-degree weather that we had over the weekend.
If that's ripping paint off a car, should I slow down on my hot sauce intake?
I don't think hot sauce is a problem. I think the paint job is the problem.
Okay.
Like,
Maybe
come
they-
on. Paint has
maybe-
to be stronger than that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but they had to use containment pools, hazmat materials to prevent the acidic sauce from entering storm drains. The trucking company is now arranging for a private cleanup company, and impacted drivers are advised to seek compensation through their auto insurance and the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
Come on. You get a bag of those lime chips
Hello?
and just start dipping.
Grab some
Just-
tacos. Like,
Yeah.
what are we complaining?
Yeah, scrape. It works.
People
you ever,
say-
if a little bit of falls on the table and you want to get it, you just boop, pick it
Yeah,
up.
that's it.
Lick
And,
it.
you know, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, when life gives you hot sauce, you grab some tacos. Stop complaining.
Take it.
Feed yourself.
Yep.
Let's go.
What else do you have, Kenny?
NASA has announced that they plan to ignite a controlled fire on the moon. It will be the first ever combustion experiment conducted on the lunar surface.
Why is that needed?
Yeah, a couple questions here. Number one, could you even light a fire on the moon? Don't you need... Well, no, but there's stars out there in outer space. I guess they know they can.
Yes, they know they can, and the reason why they're doing this is because there are plans to have an extended human presence on the lunar surface. So they want to test out what it would be like if there was a fire
Come on
to
now.
prepare for potential emergencies down the line when people are there and they have their whole moon base.
Let's just leave the moon alone.
You leave them-
Yes, leave it alone.
We don't need to go on it. We don't need to set fires on it. We're gonna blow the moon up. Is
Well,
what it sounds like.
Has anyone thought, did they check, is the moon flammable? Seriously.
No, they have not.
Do they
Just
know it's
saying.
not flammable?
No, so they actually say it could potentially be more flammable and the fire could be worse on a surface like the moon than
Yeah.
it is even here on Earth. And from what I'm reading here, researchers will burn 4 solid fuel samples inside a sealed combustion chamber while measuring the temperature,
No.
heat radiation, and oxygen levels.
No.
Don't.
No.
Just let
It's
it
really
be.
actually starting to freak me out.
Well, yeah, it's so bizarre.
We need the moon. The moon is very
Yes.
important to like our planet.
You know how Control Z is a thing, right?
Right.
And you could undo a mistake. This is not an undoable
Yeah,
mistake.
there's no Control Z
Once-
for this.
Once the moon goes away, there's no more moon. You
we
can't
all
replace
go away,
that.
to be honest.
I don't think the moon is going to catch on fire, but
How
if
do you
they're
know?
not going to
Do you
change
know
it-
that?
They
for
don't
sure.
even know that.
Well, I mean, rock is not going to light up on fire.
You 100% certainty.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But it's a different atmosphere. It's not the same kind of rock, right?
The thing is, Kay,
it's
they
here.
don't know what's going to happen. That's why they're doing it. So they
Right.
don't have any
They have
clue
no
what's
idea.
going to go on.
So here's the thing. I'm with you. Do we need to have human presence on the moon? We could scrap all of those ideas. I'd be totally fine with it. But if we're going to have people on the moon for extended periods of time, I think it's important that they're prepared in case such an emergency does occur. And this would teach them what happens when there's a fire on the moon.
Okay. We have a listener who works in the NASA building, right? I'm not going to say her name because I want to protect her privacy. She needs to walk into those meetings and smack someone and say, get out of here with this. Enough already.
Or maybe what's really happening here is that since they plan on camping out on the moon, they want to make s'mores. And they're like, can we make a fire for a s'more? Maybe that's what they're testing it for.
Lunar s'mores. I don't know. I'm just upset. Thanks for making me upset, by the way. We're supposed to be a positive show.
Well, I have a positive second story I could share
Is it
with
quick?
you. Yeah, let's do it.
Give me a jolt of positivity.
So Marissa in Memphis, Tennessee, she owns the flower shop Midtown Bramble and Bloom. She couldn't afford land to plant her own flowers, so she posted on Facebook asking neighbors if they'd be willing to lend her their yards to grow flowers. 40 people said yes. So she is growing flowers on other people's properties and apparently has created a thriving floral business.
I feel positive already.
That is a beautiful
Why don't
story.
they try growing flowers on the moon?
Yeah, there you
instead
go.
of
Oh, that'd
trying
be
to,
pretty.
You know,
What a
set
sight.
Fires.
Let's get her on the phone. Okay. Kenny, thank you for keeping us somewhat
That's
informed.
what's happening.